Alright kids, here we go. I fixed the collapse. Just gonna show you what I've got. Screw it, let's just go under here. See, no more collapse, everything. Yep. Go under the bedroom. It's all fixed. No more collapse. Yeah. Alright. Now, I'm gonna show you the frame and what I came up with, and I also, God, I'm just taking a break again, but this is one thing I want to stress and keep in mind when you want to criticize what I've done. First of all, 6 months ago, I couldn't complete a coherent sentence or walk. I had zero income, zero. The only way I fed myself was kindness of people, random people, handful of friends, crocheting, making a little couple dollars here and there, my photos, things like that. Number one. So again, don't forget the no income part. Number two, the reason I had to choose the materials I did and thought it would be the most efficient, effective way was because I'm doing it by myself. Again, a woman who 6 months ago couldn't walk, a year and a half ago couldn't walk or talk, or didn't even know who her neighbors were, or what her name was. So yeah, I had to come up with a construction design that would be simple for me to do by myself, that would hold up in maybe several feet of snow, hopefully just a few inches, but we'll see. And you know, I had no choice but to give it my best shot. I want to do some videos and answer some questions, but I mean, here's one of them. Well, why don't you just go buy this? Well, I think I just answered that, number one. Number two, and this is a valid question, with all the money I've put into all of this collectively, well, why didn't I buy this nice all-weather, you know, $1,500 teepee tent? Very simple. I didn't have $1,500 all at once. I first was able to scavenge $300 to buy the tent. Then, what, another $200, another $60, got my minimum wage job I've had 2 paychecks from, which I really, really, really love it. So when I say that, I'm not like complaining or anything. In fact, it's perfect for me. But, you know, I only have a certain amount of income that only comes in a certain time frame. So now that we understand that, and my physical ability or inability, and really it wasn't the physical, I did end up getting an extra set of hand to help me hold the poles so I can brace them in and finish making the frame. Now, obviously, I know, again, that if I would have known I was going to find this place and I, you know, had money and all of this stuff, clearly I would have built the frame first and, you know, done things different. So yeah, I got to do it the hard way and learn more things and figure things out, which I actually feel very satisfied. So yeah, I'm going to show you my little circus. It's almost like having my own little Barnum and Bailey's circus here. Doesn't every child have that dream? Yeah, no shoes in the house. And yeah, it is my house. Make fun of these squalor conditions I live in, but I did this myself. So here we go. I'll step out and let you see it from afar. Ooh. Okay, I'm not done with the front, so relax. But at least the frame parts are up, and we'll just give a little walk around my cute little igloo. And then I'll show you how I did it. And the wonderful news is that this literally can end homelessness. And clearly not something this big. It's, again, just the way it was, but a few pieces of rebar And even twining, I crochet, and if you can't tell with all the spider webs that I'm pretty good at things like that, bring the rope back and forth and hang up a canvas and boom, there's your teepee tent. Okay, so anyways, let's show you in here. So, what I had to do, these are 20-foot rebar in a, oh, wait, I gotta get in a different angle, and there's all these things I need to thread myself through. But okay, yeah, so that's rebar's hiding under there. So you see you got the igloo dome of the rebar, and they're all wired together and then duct tape on top of the wire to hopefully prevent any rips and tears. And the other PVC coming out is making the dome for the door. There is about 3+ feet of airspace, and then going over the sides. Same thing with the joints here. I ran the thread through the PVC, tied them up, braced them, wired them, duct tape them. That's how I PVC bolted into the hay and rebarred and wired down below straw, excuse me. And so that's how I lifted up the sides of the stupid standalone pop tent. Yes, it's not sealed. I know there's obviously a few finishing touches, but most of the wind I'm expecting to come from the back side, which is the complete wall. But it's definitely not going to hurt to have a windbreak around the tent. These are all held in with rebar, so they're not going anywhere. I built a garden with rebar and PVC in Branson. It lasted tornadoes, hurricanes, everything else. The other rebar braced, you know, in like that with the concrete around it. I guess I'll go around this way. So again, that's how I fixed the collapse thing underneath the rainfly. Tarp on top of that. Why is there a tarp on top of the rainfly? Because of the condensation. So hopefully with the airspace and the 2 layers here, I will remain dry. And so far, and it has been wet, it's always wet here, it has been completely dry. I also have what's called a drizzare inside. So basic construction, yeah? Strings, pulleys, or whatever, carabiners, whatever. Rope, duct tape, rebar, cheap materials that anyone can buy. What, like $5, 10-foot PVC, $8, a 20-foot rebar. And we're talking, yeah, so this I think is extremely promising. I have this crawl space and air space around all the sides of the tent, so I should again keep dry. It's layer after layer after layer. And again, the other rebar bolted in here. Got a few extra blocks here and there, but let me come out on this side and remember all these funny spaces I had to work around, so the wall couldn't just go straight all the way around. As it turns out, I think I faced it the right direction of the tent, sticking it in. But okay, so these are all the hay under, or the straw, whatever, underneath the, around the tent. And the plastic sheeting or visqueen is wrapped all the way around, and then another layer on top, and then a tarp on top of that. So back under the circus tent we go. I don't know, I'm kind of thanking that brown recluse now for biting my brain. I think he gave me some information. Let me tap into the world of Spider-Man and use that to construct a sturdy home for myself. this winter. Yeah, keep showing you around here. Again, cheap materials, easy for anybody to do all by themselves, of course. It'll be easier if you do the frame first. Yes, do the frame first, then set up the tent or do whatever, do the hay bales, blah, blah, blah. But I did the best I could do in the time I had, and I have a pretty frickin', look, pretty sturdy, I'm pulling on that. So, you know, whatever. It's, if we get a hurricane, or a tornado, or 12 feet of snow, yeah, this shit's coming down. But guess what? So is your house. Right? So, yeah. Coming around the other side here. I'll just step out here and show you what I've got. So a nice little crawl, we'll call it at my attic, right? Crawl space, and nice and sloped so the water will go down. I still have dry space in there, whether it's for storage or for the animals or for myself. Speaking of animals, people want to make fun of me for feeding them all the time and, oh, that's dangerous and blah, blah, blah. However, and as you can see, there's always food and nuts, avocados, fruit, whatever out here. I surround the perimeter. Oh my God, you're gonna get eaten by bears, or oh, don't do that, you're gonna attract predators. Well, I'm the only one I know that never has any of that happen. And then I was talking to a guy last night, which was really cool. He lived in a tent in the winter, and I'm like, oh, do you have any advice? And so basically all the advice he had for me I had already done, but better. And he's like, but here's another thing for the mice. If you don't want them messing with you inside, then throw food outside. I'm like, done, already do that. So yeah, I think that's a good tip for anybody who might be in this situation. And, you know, I'm going to put up a couple smaller teepee structures done the right way. And look at all these tools I'm acquiring. Holy smokes. The generator, gas, oil, I got to build a cage for that, which I have an idea. I think I'm going to get an old deep freeze that doesn't work and just drill some holes in it with my new drills. And so that'll get the ventilation and everything. And did I go this way? Yeah, I think I did. I better pull that down just in case it starts raining again. Yeah, I'll get to it later, but the major stuff obviously is done. I wanted to share with you the progress, and I love that I could just like walk into the door, you know, and whatever, and I do have all this space, you know, hang out and watch the rain and the bears and whatever else. Yeah, but I did it. Not without your help. You know who you are. And there's many ways to help, by the way. Trolling is not one of them. Putting me down or making fun of me, or oh, this is silly, you're so stupid, or why are you doing that, or why don't you just buy this? Well, next person that, I mean, really, if you want me to go buy something, why don't you just buy it? Save the time. And by the way, you trolls, I do want to thank you for watching the video, continuing to troll the videos, because I got a paycheck from YouTube this month, last week. So thank you. You helped build my home too. So keep it up. And yeah, we can do this. And I'm telling you, we can completely end homelessness by turning it into homesteading. And I mean, I think I've already done my part and continue to teaching people how to heal themselves for cheap, easy, quick, shit growing from the ground, oils, etc. How to heat themselves, the alcohol fire, the tuna, you know, little things like that. But now I have another skill. I can teach them to make their own little spider web teepee and have a safe structure for under $100. Yep, coming up. Anyways, thanks for following, and I never ask for this, but like, hey, can you share and like and subscribe and do all that stuff? And then who knows, maybe I'll be a good little Google YouTube partner and be able to build a better house next month. Just kidding. Next summer. Can't wait to show you. But yeah, have a good day.